Children of Silentown is a dark point-and-click adventure game developed by Elf Games and Luna Studios. The game is set in a small village surrounded by a mysterious forest where people have been disappearing for years due to the presence of monsters. The village has strict rules in place to ensure the safety of its residents, including a prohibition on going out after dark and keeping noise to a minimum during the day. Players control Lucy, a young girl who is fascinated by singing, a passion that she inherited from her mother. Lucy's love of singing is frowned upon by her father and the rest of the village, which adds tension to her home life. After a personal tragedy strikes, Lucy becomes convinced that the adults in the village are not telling the children everything they know about the forest and the monsters. Determined to find out the truth, Lucy decides to investigate the forest herself. One of the most striking aspects of Children of Silentown is its hand-drawn art style, which is heavily influenced by the work of Tim Burton. The game's dark, fairy tale-like world is rendered in a somber color palette and features characters with no hands or feet and blank circles for eyes. The game's atmosphere is further enhanced by a simple, melancholic soundtrack that changes with each area. However, some players have criticized the music for becoming repetitive after extended play. In the first half of the game, players must explore the village and interact with its residents in order to gather information about the forest. Gameplay consists of traditional point-and-click mechanics, with players able to pick up and combine items and interact with the environment in order to solve puzzles. In order to progress, players will also need to use Lucy's singing abilities to solve puzzles and gain information from certain characters. The puzzles in Children of Silentown are unique, with some requiring players to navigate a thread through buttons in order to repair stitching, and others requiring the use of cogs to align pathways. The second half of the game takes place in the forest, but plot details for this portion of the game have been left out of this review in order to preserve the player's experience. Overall, Children of Silentown has received praise for its atmosphere and unique puzzle design, but criticism for its repetitive music and lack of difficulty. The game's dark, fairy tale-like world and Burton-inspired art style make it a visually striking experience, and its use of singing as a puzzle mechanic adds an interesting twist to traditional point-and-click gameplay. However, some players may find the lack of challenge and repetitive music to be drawbacks.